I love this tree. It's got such character with all those branches coming out. And it's one that I photographed purposely to extract as a tree to use for my creative images. And the technique that I'm going to use for this is blend if. Now, when I look at this, it's got the blue contrast in the background and it's got very minimal foreground in that. So what I'm going to do, and I've done no preparation on this tree. Normally, if I prepare this tree, I would have done a little bit of crop to get rid of the foreground and the negative space over on the left and right-hand side. So let's get in and have some fun selecting this tree. So what I'm going to do is duplicate my layer, and there's my layer there, and that's the layer that I'm going to use blend if on. Now what I want to do is turn that layer off, come over here, double click to get blend if, and I'm going to come down and choose my channel. Now when I click on that, you've got red, green and blue, and these are channel based, and there is RGB, which is your three colours that are your channels. So if I go blue because I want to get rid of the blue, I'm going to come over here and move my slider on the right hand side. I'm just going to slide it across and I can get rid of that blue. Now, for example, if I come over onto the left-hand side and I drag that slider along, look what it's doing. It's getting rid of the dark areas, and I don't want that. I purely want to get rid of the blue that's in that background of the tree. So I'm going to move my slider to the left, and then what I'm going to do is split by holding down the Alt or Option key until I can see that I've got rid of most of that blue, and I'll go OK. Now let's zoom up and have a look. That's done a fairly good job, and I would not have been able to achieve that result with the normal selection tools, for example, quick selection. It is a normal pixelated layer and I have to turn it into a smart object. So to do that, right mouse click and convert to smart object. So now you can see this layer is a smart object with the transparent layer, and I don't need this layer. So I'm going to delete that layer, and then I'm going to drag it across to my background, and I'll bring it across and I'll place it into my background. And there it is. Have a look. How fantastic is that? Now I'm going to size this, mask to get rid of that foreground, and let's play with this. So firstly, I'm going to come over to my Actions panel, Control-T, or click on the action. I get my transform, and I'm just going to position where I think I want the tree. I could make the tree smaller, bigger, and that is the great thing about a smart object. I can work on this proportionally and also not destroy any of the pixels. So I'll just position it there and I'll click on the tick. But now I want to get rid of the foreground. To do that, I'm going to click on Mask, White Mask, Black Foreground, Brush. But what I tend to do is drop my opacity so I can actually see where the horizon is. And that helps me in my masking. So I've got my brush. I'm going to make my brush a little bit bigger because I'm not going to be too fussy on that negative space that's out there. And we'll just get rid of that area there. Now I'm using a soft round brush, and this is good for getting rid of the areas that I don't want of the foreground, but where it can get a little tricky, and I'm not going to be too fussy there, is when I want to come in close to the tree. Now, if I use a soft round brush, I'll make my brush a little bit smaller and I try and follow that tree trunk along, I can actually mask away some of that tree trunk, and I don't want that. So I'll just do undo. And what I use now is I change from a soft round brush into a hard edge. So because I've got my brush tool selected, I'm going to come over to the top over here, and I'll click on this area here. And you can see the hardness is at 0, but I can actually make it a little bit harder, which gives me an edge. So I'm going to click on my tree and bring that opacity up to 100%. Click on my mask and zoom up. Now I'm using a mouse at the moment, but when I'm processing my images, I will use a tablet. But what I'm going to do is make my brush smaller and come along that edge. Now that gives me a hard edge along that tree trunk to mask out that foreground that I don't want. And I'll come along here, do the same thing, and that gives me a nice, what I call sharper edge. So let's zoom back out and you can see. Now what I'll do is come back and change it to a soft round brush. I'll take the hardness back to 0. And what I'm going to do now is make my brush a little bit bigger and just get rid of that foreground there. And we'll just, it's about adjusting your brush size constantly when you're doing this. Make the brush a bit bigger. Now let's zoom back out. Look at that selection of that tree. Fantastic. But now what I want to do is blend this tree here into the canola a little bit more. So I have different brushes for different jobs. I'm going to click on my brush panel. I'm going to get a foliage brush, one that I like to use for this kind of example. And I'm just going to what I call the squiggle technique. Using this brush, I'll just make that brush bigger so you can see the shape of it. And this is one that you can actually use to get that little bit more of a blend. Oops, got a little bit too excited there. And let's have a look. Now I can see as the edging there, I've missed some areas. So what I'm going to do on this is I'm going to use a 50% grey layer, and I'll show that technique that I use quite constantly when I'm extracting different elements out.